God, like they stay
Immersive.
in. Yeah,
You know,
immersive. Thank you,
Yeah.
immersive. That's what I'm looking for. Yes, it's a
I
very
just start.
immersive medieval themed dinner show.
I just started Conan Exiles recording. We were talking about Renaissance fairs and medieval times and all that and yada yada.
Yeah, medieval times. They served up Cornish hen as part of the dinner because you get dinner with the show, and it's a very cool show. They involve you. Each section of the auditorium has a knight, a color themed knight, and you are assigned a certain knight, and you're rooting for that knight to win and beat the other knights. I've been to medieval times twice. Both times my knight won because fuck yeah, that's how we roll. Even though it was a different knight.
We're winners here.
Yeah, we are. And both times, I apparently this was a literal randomness. Both times, each knight goes out and gives a rose to a member of the audience in their section. Both times, my sister got the rose,
Oh,
Whoa.
which that was pretty amazing.
Not only do you guys win, you get roses.
Yeah,
The stuff of
yeah, we got.
legend.
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah, my sister was pretty gobsmacked. The first time, both times it was for my birthday. It was my 16th and 17th birthdays, and I was under the assumption my parents never told me, but I was under the assumption that the first time it was like they probably whatever, like for my birthday, they went all out. They maybe like slipped some money under the table and said, "Oh yeah, hey, would you give the rose to this guy's sister? It'd be kind of cool." Blah blah blah. I don't know if they actually even do that, but that was my assumption. But then the second time, it was like, no, there's no way. I'm sure they didn't do that. That's just not how my parents are. They wouldn't have done that twice. So that was actually pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, just to complete the story really quick, Cornish hen is part of the dinner. So, I don't eat meat. I also don't like eating animals. So, I'm not into meat at all. And so normally I would have turned it down, but it's part of the price. They just serve it. There's not really anything you can do other than just say, "Oh, don't bring me one," but it's already dead and cooked, so whatever. So I thought, well, I mean, I'll try it, I guess. I'm not like if it's already cooked and everything, and it's a game animal, I guess I'll try it. I have to admit, it was tasty.
yeah.
I was surprised. I guess that's the ultimate end of my very long story. Is that I was surprised that Cornish hen was pretty good to someone who doesn't normally like meat.
The thing I had to say about the Renaissance fair or medieval times, well, those are very different things, actually.
They are actually very different, but they share a theme.
Yeah, I actually had you mixed up when you said medieval times. So far as I know, there aren't medieval times on the East Coast.
Okay.
But
yeah, medieval times is the enclosed.
Is.
Yeah, it's the enclosed dinner show, whereas the Renaissance fair is literally just that. It's an open air. Well, all you guys know what the Renaissance fair is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a place for dorks.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I thought.
I fit right in, so that works for me.
That's what I thought. But when I was in my senior year of high school, like, I was the kid that no one was like close with, but everyone got along with, right?
Right.
Sure.
And at one point, like, the big old group of like soccer player athletes, whatever, and their girlfriends come over and they go like, "Hey man, well, one of them was near constantly stoned out super hard. Like, he was constantly going out to his car and ripping fucking blunts. But nonetheless, at one point he goes over, "Hey, Alex, man, the Renaissance Fair is going to be this weekend, man. We're going to see you there?" And I naturally, I'm used to the perception that Renaissance fairs are for losers, so I go like, "No." And they all, like, looked at me like,
Dumbass.
like I just turned down a party invitation.
They were
and, like,
probably affronted that they probably got the impression that you thought they were lame.
They're soccer players. What they got to fear? But anyway.
Yeah. Wait, they were football players? That's what they were? Oh, man.
No, soccer.
That's lame. Yeah, football.
Soccer.
I say football.
Anyway.
Yeah, you gotta say it very pompously, like
That, you're right. Futbo with an umlaut L. Football. I mean, I actually don't. I'm just making fun of the fact that that's what they call soccer over there. I don't like the sport either way. I'm actually just making fun of it.
And
I
Ted
don't like
says
sports
that's
at all.
And Ted
That's
says
why I
that's
watch
called
wrestling.
football because of racism against Americans.
My
just a
follower
fact.
just suddenly. I'm really quickly. I'm happy that my follower just appeared at the front entrance of Saramisaru, so I'm happy about that. But anyway, go on, you guys.
But anyways, oh yeah, this would have been come up off recording, but I also have right next to me a bowl of super duper spicy chicken ramen. imported from Japan, not by me, but by the world market that's nearby. And I'll be having that at some point. But in the meantime, how close is everyone to the home?
I'm at the front of Stepamaru.
Soon,
Well, one
where
of
are
the
you at,
entrances. I'm on the eastern
I'm
end.
at home. I'm in the castle. I'm working on my temple.
All right. Well, I would say that at least the externals of the castle are done. Well, we need to reskin them,
Nice.
but that'll be a later process.
I was very impressed when I saw it earlier. I forgot to mention
It
it to
looked
you. I think
really
you guys
cool,
were.
yeah.
Yeah, it was really pretty amazing. I mean, it actually really looks like something that I would expect to find in a finished game like this, not something that somebody made.
I am very proud of it. It was a lot of work.
Yeah,
However,
it was.
it still needs insides, and when it comes to the
Yeah, we need
insides,
them.
I've made a couple buildings on the inside, but I think that you guys need to put your own personal touch on it. And it's not
Yeah,
just
I was actually
Yeah.
gonna.
castle.
I was going to ask you about that earlier. I think you guys were maybe in conversation. I didn't want to butt in, but I saw that you made what appeared to be a couple of uniform empty rooms with like little side rooms in the back of them. And
Yeah.
I thought if those were intended to be bedrooms, I was going to say, well, I'll go up there and maybe try and claim one to help the process. But again, I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah, by all means, if you want to claim any of these buildings, there's only one room I've already claimed for myself, which is the one with the that already has the bed in it in the basement with the supernatural shit in the basement. But everything else is, so far as I know, unclaimed.
Sorry, I'm in a fight. What was the last word? As far as you know, you're what?
As far as I know, everything else is, so far as I know, unclaimed.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And I am currently
Are
going
you-
through and setting up lighting.
Do you have any concerns as to like if I go up there and I see any empty room, regardless of the structural size, is that up for grabs?
I would say so, yeah. The
So
treasure
you're not
rooms
like
would be pretty
designating certain
obvious,
areas
but-
that you're. I just wasn't sure if you were saving certain areas though for themed crafting rooms or anything or what, because they're gonna get pretty big with all the crafting stations we have, and still more to come.
You know, we'll deal with that when we get there. There is a lot of space in this castle.
Okay. I won't be so like dead set on my room anyway, because I'm so often not in one. So if someone needs like if I pick something and someone's like, oh, that would actually have been a good crafting room, I can always move out.
Yeah, stuff can always be moved around if people ain't happy with where they set up or if they want to
Yeah.
move something else in. Gonna need to space out some more of this lighting, but it'll be easier to tell come nightfall where we need lighting. In the day, though, everything's so lit up, you know?
Yeah. You might actually notice talking about lighting. I dropped off a lot of torches around the base of the castle, like the surroundings of the Sepamaru out there, and that's only because there were a lot that were in a chest, and I thought, well, I'll just start placing them around just to free up the chest space. Not that we necessarily need it, but I thought, well, might as well just put them out, so then if anyone wants one, they can just grab it and stick it somewhere.
Yeah.
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 Oh, yeah.
Wait, why aren't these trees giving resin?
Yeah.
Give me that resin.
Why isn't what happening soon?
I'm wondering why these aren't giving very much resin. If they
What are you
were.
hitting and what are you hitting it with?
I'm hitting these like northern trees with a pickaxe.
Does it depend on the type of tree?
Oh, that's cold.
Maybe those trees don't give much resin because they're from a different biosphere, or rather
Dry.
biome.
I don't think that the dried trees are going to give much resin. No.
Oh, they might be too cold. I might need to go find some actual pines.
Because there are dried out trees that give dry wood, and those I would
Oh no,
expect
these aren't
wouldn't-
dry. They're giving regular wood.
Oh, that's
They're
weird. They
just
should
not
give
giving-
they should give amber then, or resin.
I'm thinking it might be the.
Oh, they do.
unless-
It's just not as much as I was expecting.
Oh, the amount of
Like, it
resin
gets
increases
less
with
than
the
the
quality of
palm
your
tree.
pickaxe.
Yeah, I have a steel pickaxe, but it was giving less than the palm trees, and I was thinking, they're pines, right? Like pines are known for their resin.
Well, you were wrong, bitch.
Pine trees are a sticky abomination to all of mankind.
See, that's what I
They-
was thinking.
They make beautiful forests, but yeah, they're a real pain in the ass.
All right, I'm sticking the spices into the ramen bowl, and then I will stir it, and then I will eat it, and there will be pain.
Why is it coldest where the ice is melting? How does that make any fucking sense at all?
It's so cold that it's scaring away the ice.
Yeah.
That's my lame ass roll your eyes and say that wasn't even worth making a joke about joke.
Well, there's not just temperature. To be fair, there's also pressure, but I don't know how much that's factoring in.
Man, I'd be amazed if this game even took that
No,
into
I was in the
consideration.
valley. It was just, yeah. I need some spicy food.
Really good. This is completely off topic to anything else. But earlier, I was actually going to mention this way earlier when someone briefly mentioned Will Smith when we were trying to think of Orlando Bloom's character's name, Will Turner. Someone said Will Smith, and that immediately brought to mind that I thought that the actor, you guys know him from one of the comic movies. I don't remember his name. I only know him from the Twisted Metal show I just started watching. The actor
Anthony
looks a lot
Mackie.
like Will
Oh,
Smith.
yeah, Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, he looks to me like a lot more likable Will Smith. Maybe that's just because I hate Will Smith and this guy actually seems likable. But anyway, the greater point is that I only just today started watching Twisted Metal, and I'm 3 episodes in, and I'm curious if anyone else has watched it, and if so, what you think.
I
I did
haven't
not
started.
even realize
I
that
mean,
series was out.
I've heard about it. I heard the plot summary and thought that it sounded really, really dumb. I think I even messaged Alex about it. I was like, what the hell is this? Because it sounded nothing like Twisted Metal.
It,
But
it
yeah, I don't know anything about it otherwise.
for the most part, it isn't much like Twisted Metal. There's a lot of little references that I'm noticing that I think a lot, even like a lot of fans wouldn't like. There was a couple lines of dialogue that are references that are not obvious, and I thought, wow, they've really paid a lot of attention to this.
Mhm.
That and the concept of a character, I mean, there is some car fighting, there's some vehicular, combat and stuff like that, but it's not like an arena tournament. So in that way, I also had the same reaction when I first read about it. I thought, well, this isn't Twisted Metal then. However, what I read, I haven't gotten there yet, but I read that I guess no one cares about spoilers, do they?
No, I
No.
don't care.
Not for
Okay.
this show.
Yeah. Plus,
Yeah.
I know that I'm the only one who's really kind of anal about spoilers anyway. Yeah. What I read was that, and I kind of like this actually. They set up the season to end with the introduction to, or it's going into for season 2, if should there be one, the actual Twisted Metal tournament that makes the series what it is, the games what they are, and apparently this was a thing to where they wanted to set the lore and let the series kind of breathe for a little bit before they commit to what would inarguably be a much larger budget to do the actual Twisted Metal tournament. So
That does make
they
sense.
wanted to play it safe at first, kind of sort of get you eased in, because financially they would have to make a huge commitment to just going balls out Twisted Metal, and they didn't want to do that. They wanted to, make sure that people were going to watch first.
Do you know how much
Yeah.
money it costs to make a car blow up for television?
Hmm.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would have to be
Now
lots
imagine
of
that
them.
there's a dozen.
Yeah, yeah, that's at the very least. Yeah. Um,
How many cars were able to be on a map in the original Twisted Metal? Like
I
6?
think 8. I believe. I think in the big maps it was 8. It might have been 6. God, you got
Got
me
up to
wondering
like
now.
a dozen in Twisted Metal Black, didn't they?
Yeah, I think by Twisted Metal Black, I believe they could have all the characters that were unlocked, like as in all the ones that were set to spawn in that level, as opposed to the locked ones that were not playable just openly. I think it was all of them.
It was a
Um,
large amount, because like especially like Twisted Metal Black had a couple maps that were just unreasonably large, like that
yes.
countryside town.
Yeah, the large the one I always reference that's got the big Ferris wheel that you can break. Well, hell, it had the prison. It had the prison that starts you on a ship and then lands at a prison, and then you can actually go around the prison grounds and into the prison itself.
Yeah, and then conversely, there were some stages that were so tiny, like the drive-in theater.
Oh God, yeah, that's where I had the hardest trouble in that game.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
brutal.
because you will always end up taking the crossfire from the like dozen other cars in the.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
100% Thunderdome.
It was. It really was. And sadly, the alternative, they let you pick maps every few levels, and the alternative was the ice map, which was slightly less congested, but you could fall off and die. So it's really kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
Um, the Twisted Metal series, I'm a huge fan of the games, and so I was really kind of I had pretty high standards going into the show. I haven't watched it this whole time. It was released about a month ago, and for that reason, I was like, well, I really kind of want to wait. I want to really be sure about this, whatever I need to feel it, etc. I heard extremely polarized things. There are people who said it was really good. There are people who said it was really bad. There are game fans who said it was really good. Game fans who said it was really bad. Critics who say they don't get it. It's stupid. Critics who said they see what's going on. It's cool. Blah 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 blah. All over the map. I actually, for the most part, have been enjoying it. It's. Go ahead, Alex.
I personally, as another Twisted Metal fan, have been tuned out from the moment it was said that it's not going to have any, the plot's not going to have anything to do with the games. I am pleased to hear that they will at least be bringing in Calypso in the tournament in the end, but I will say from the little bits I have seen that it does look like Samoa Joe kills it as Needles.
I very much enjoy him. Yeah. As Needles / Sweet Tooth, I thought that his he looks like the character. His movement, he embodies the physicality of the character perfectly well to me.
Yeah.
I think that he does a really good job. Will Arnett, I don't know him, but he does the voice. So
Yeah.
whoever that is. You can tell that Samoa Joe obviously was reading the lines live on the set, so you can see that he's emoting and gesturing and everything along with the dialogue, and so he's fully performing the character. And yeah, I think he
this is fucking serious.
Uh-oh. You alright? I'm near.
No, it's nothing you can help with.
Oh,
No.
shit.
What happened?
Oh yeah, that's a serious first bite of ramen.
Oh.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I might need to run down and grab ice cream.
Wow. Well, you asked for it.
I did. Oh yeah, it was definitely watered down last time I had it. Damn.
While you're recovering, I just wanted to get in really quickly that I wouldn't say that the series doesn't have anything to do with Twisted Metal. It just, and I know that this is obviously, well, let me finish the thought. It just doesn't specifically have to do with the tournament. And what I was, I'll wait until you recover.
No, keep going, because otherwise I'm not gonna have much to say, because I'm still stuck in my face. But whenever I have something funny to say, I'll say it.
All right. The 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 series is doing a good job so far of capturing the fact that this is a wasteland. It's a character who, he loves his car. His car has mounted guns. He's going through the countryside and defending himself from marauders and shit like that. It's got the vibe, and it's definitely not Mad Max. It's very comedic, maybe a little too much so. But the Twisted Metal games were always irreverent. Even Black still had dark comedy.
Yeah.
It's a little too lighthearted for me. I mean, it's super gory, so I mean, it's not that. It's just the show is very, very jokey. Lots of quips here and there and stuff like that. Lots of the main character talks a lot.
That was one thing that struck me from the clips, was that Needles struck me as a lot quippier, a lot more trying to be the Joker. Which
Yeah.
Needles would be mildly sardonic in the games, but it was never explicitly like, haha, we're having fun. It would always be, he'd kill you, chop your head off, and then afterwards he'd kind of smart ass,
There's a little bit of both, actually. He's been in 2 of the 3 episodes I've seen so far, and for example, okay, there's the good and the bad, in my opinion at least. The bad is when he first encounters the main character, John Doe. There's a misunderstanding, and they have a fight. They have a fist. Oh, go ahead, Soon. What's that?
Oh, sorry. I was just laughing at the name John Doe.
Well, he's actually.
I figured that it was actually like a case where he was supposed to be a John Doe. I just found it funny.
Well, normally in pretty much any other series, I'd give it shit for that. It's too on the nose. The character has no memory of who he is, so he's a John Doe. But it fits with Twisted Metal. The longer I talk throughout the night, I can't speak. Yeah, the characters in the. Yeah. Not only is it one of the characters in the games, he's not black, but regardless.
Right.
In the games, they're also the characters always have gimmicky names. Gimmicky. The characters are gimmicks. So I fully accept it.
Actually, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
The games never explicitly say it, but John Doe in Twisted Metal Black is heavily implied to either be. Okay, fuck it. I'm gonna spoil John Doe's plotline for Twisted Metal Black, a game that is 22 years old, if not 23. But in that game, John Doe's whole thing is he looks at himself and he swears like, man, I look like I don't remember who I was, but I must have been living a bad life because I sound like some kind of criminal of some kind. I remember rolling with a gang of terrorists or something. But then when he actually gets his memory restored, he remembers he was infiltrating what is not explicitly stated to be, but very clearly shown through imagery to be a
Like a
neo-Nazi skinhead.
neo-Nazi. Right.
So there is a very good degree of irony from casting him in the movie as a black actor for the character.
Yes. Yeah.
Which, other than the skin color and ethnicity, Anthony Mackie does still kind of look like the character nonetheless.
Does he? I'd have to go back and look. That's interesting to know.
Yeah, he kind of does.
Because I think that he looks kind of like Will Smith, but handsomer. I don't know. I don't remember the character in the game being handsome, but it's been a long time since I played the game, or at least chose that character. It actually hasn't been long since I played it, but I never chose that character a lot. Never liked his car very much.
Yeah, he's the most bland and middle of the line of the Twisted Metal Black cast, really.
Yeah. And they're all pretty interesting, but yeah, when you have characters that are like, becoming willing cannibals because they're traumatized from the war and they were forced to eat human flesh as punishment, and now they like it,
There will be a bar there.
Dark Side, Dollface, always loved that one.
Dollface is a good one. Yeah, we'll nail a fucking mask on your head. How you like that?
I just love the car as well. It's a semi-truck, and also we've strapped a fucking junked car to the grill of the semi-truck.
That was some neat character design, yeah. I mean, character for the vehicle, obviously. But even so, even if you take that away, just the idea of just having just a semi being driven by like this meek woman with a mask, that's just cool. That's just so unique. That's never been done.
The biggest vehicle in that game is driven by the smallest of the player characters, barring the literal child.
Yeah. Speaking of child, that's another good one. The taxi that's driven by the
Yellow
little boy
Jacket.
who's brought his dad back to life, and it's a fucking undead creature, and he's controlling it remotely. Yeah, a guy invading a Nazi group, that's not quite the same bite.
Yeah, he was kind of the one. I don't know. I always felt like No Face was the closest to being the protagonist, but like John Doe felt like he was the one that was built to be Hero Man.
Why is that? Because I always kind of also had the impression that No Face was supposed to be the protagonist. Where did we come away with that idea?
I would say it's a combination of 1-2 punch, puns, the
Whoa.
1-2 punch. Didn't
The
mean to do
ending.
that.
I got it.
The 1-2 punch of he not only had the cooler story than John Doe, but on top of that, the manual is written from No Face.
It is. Yeah, I forgot about that. You're entirely correct.
Yeah. And like between him and John Doe and Needles, Needles is in every Twisted Metal game, so he's not really distinctively Twisted Metal Black. And John Doe's a bit bland, but No Face feels like he fits the tone of Black enough where like he's distinctively feels like a unique character for Twisted Metal Black to be centered around,
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, Sweet Tooth, / Needles. He's been the iconic character since the very beginning. He's the only character that's been in every single game.
Yeah, because Black. Well, Marcus.
I don't think he was in all of them. I don't think he was in 3 or 4. I could be wrong.
Oh, Marcus definitely wasn't in 4, and on top. Oh no, wait, was Marcus the hobo in 4?
He started as the hobo, I think. It was Marcus, Needles, and there was one other one, Charles Kane.
Yeah.
But I think he was only introduced in Black. I think they really kind of blurred those characters here and there.
Charles is the reanimated dad in Yellow Jacket.
Okay, all right, yeah, that fits. Yeah, because they
Metal-
make the brief reference that the little kid is related to Needles, I think.
Not only do they do that, like that, I have to assume that's supposed to be Needles' perception of his own younger brother, because Twisted Metal Black is inside the mind of the Needles from the main timeline, Twisted Metal.
Yeah, I guess it's not like super confirmed, but the character Black, the one who drives the dump truck, he says that is the case, and it could be unreliable narrator, but that is what the character says.
Well, Black is supposed to be that game's version of Marcus, or no, Marcus. No, it's not Black. Black is more or less silent. It's if you beat the game with every car, you unlock Minion, which is driven by Marcus.
Oh, it was okay.
And
yeah.
Being that Needles and Marcus are the same person, they're multiple personalities. the loading screen story bits that you get between every
They're
stage.
coded.
For Minion, yeah, they're coded, and it's Marcus trying to speak through code to the player, saying, "Help me, I am Needles' alternate personality trapped inside his mind. I'm fighting to get out. This is the
Right.
way Needles sees the world."
Right. Yeah, he does say that. Yes, he says something like literally we're trapped in his fantasy.
Yes. This
Yeah.
is the way
So I
Needles
mean,
wants the world to be.
right. Yeah, before I forget, actually, getting back onto that, the sweet tooth. In fact, I was gonna say earlier the good and the bad. The bad is when he's fighting with John Doe, and he has a moment where during the I shouldn't say a moment. It's the whole fight, which is only whatever like a minute long, but it's very quippy. Like I don't know. He says something. Whatever. Like, aren't you a tall drink of water? Well, I'm more of a Hawaiian punch. Okay. My father, didn't want to play baseball. He couldn't catch a ball, but he could catch a bullet. And then he shoots at, John Doe. Throws a machete at John Doe. John Doe dodges. The machete misses. And then he's like, oh, I missed. Swung too wide there. And it's like, just you're talking too much. That's too jokey. That's too whatever. But then, and
Twisted
this is
Metal
very
Black, the only we do get a little bit of dialogue in Twisted Metal Black of him trying to fight someone. Do you know what he says? The only thing he says?
When he tries to fight someone? No, I don't remember that. No.
We get a little flashback of him attacking someone during one of his cutscenes in Twisted Metal Black. It's a scene of him swinging a machete at someone, and it cuts out before it can really be completed. But what we hear
Is that
him
the
say,
shut up and bleed motherfucker?
yeah, shut up and bleed, motherfucker. There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
Which obviously they're not going to ask Samoa Joe and Will Arnett to say that.
That's actually what they said.
Yeah.
I mentioned before that they referenced a line that maybe people wouldn't necessarily know from the game, and there is in fact a line where Sweet Tooth, in the game in the series at least so far, he's addressed specifically Sweet Tooth. He gets mad at John Doe and he's threatening him, and he says something like, "If you don't do this or the other, do this or that or the other, I'm going to make you shut up and bleed, motherfucker." And I just thought,
really?
I like that. Yeah, he specifically says it. Yep.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
they threw. Yeah, I thought it's one thing to throw in obvious jokes, like for example, I could. It's so shameless, but I couldn't help but laugh because it's so shameless. In literally the first 90 seconds of the series, episode 1, John is driving away from some pursuers through an abandoned mall. It's a pretty cool set piece. They don't really do much with it, but it's cool visuals. And he's dodging rockets and so forth. A rocket hits a game store, and a bunch of debris comes out, and he's trying to avoid it, and onto the windshield of his car, which he looks at very quizzically before wiping it away with his windshield, is a copy of Twisted Metal for the PlayStation. It's just right there. He's like, "What's that?" And he just brushes it off. Yes, the original old Twisted Metal lands on his windshield in the box.
What?
Yeah. There's
and
that,
then
and then
he's
there's
going to see the Sweet Tooth ice cream van and go like, "Oh, that's weird."
yeah, and he doesn't make the connection because he does in fact see the ice cream truck before he even encounters Needles, and he never says anything about it. It's just a fun, again, so shameless aside for the fans, but it was so utterly shameless that I couldn't help but say, that was cute, that was fun.
Yeah.
But then then you got that, and then then later, a few episodes later, if you don't tell me, I'm gonna make you just shut up and bleed, motherfucker. And I thought, that's cute. Not everyone's gonna catch that one.
Yeah.
So there's the bad that I just described, the quippy Sweet Tooth, but now it segues into, I'm giving a little bit away, not a whole lot, I guess. I mean, it doesn't, well, and you guys already said it doesn't matter, but excuse me. This is a fine line to tread. Some people are going to still roll their eyes. Excuse me again. Some people are going to think it's even worse. When Sweet Tooth is in the midst of fucking John up, he's like, "Let's throw on some killing music," and he just like hits a button, and some music plays over the radio, and Sweet Tooth starts kind of dancing to it, like, yeah, it's good stuff. And it's a Cisco song. I never cared about Cisco, but I guess it's the thong song. And he's got John Doe down. He's about to pummel him, and he's singing along to the song while he's doing it. He's like, "Yeah, let me see that wiggle, wiggle, wiggle," or whatever. And then John, like, kind of sensing, wait a minute, this guy's really getting into the music. John, as a desperate play, sings the next lyric, and Sweet Tooth is taken aback. He's like, "Huh?" He doesn't say this, but he's like, "You know the song too?" And in response, Sweet Tooth tests him. He's like, Sweet Tooth sings the next line to John, like, "Hey, do you know this line?" And then John sings the next line after that. And so they go kind of back and forth for a couple seconds. And to me, the funny part is Sweet Tooth then says, do you love the silver-haired god? And don't you lie to me. And it's just a funny little moment of he's not making a quip. Now he's just this nutty guy who's about to kill you, but he's gonna hold off and not kill you if you admit that you love Cisco. It's just so stupid and random that it seems to me at least to fit the insanity of the character. It's just so offbeat.
I mean, Needles does spare some people, like, more or less just like, whatever. Like, how many times are there where by all means it's like, Needles, why don't you just kill Calypso? But Needles is like, nah.
Yeah, he not only does he not kill Calypso in the first one, he only wants his bag. That bag cameos in the movie. I'm sorry, in the series. He clearly he makes it. He has a whole little monologue about it. He's like, "This is my best friend. This thing won't lie to me. It's the only thing I trust." And then John Doe is like, "Well, hey, I love my car. I talk to my car." And Sweet Tooth is like, "That's fucking weird, man."
Yeah. I don't know if I can trust you, brother.
Yeah. There's actually, I won't get too much more into the scenes because Sweet Tooth's scenes are, in my opinion, pretty entertaining. But yeah, it's like, while he is a little bit quippy, he also at the same time demonstrates a very casual, like, oh, well, I mean, yeah, sure, but that dead body over there, oh, that guy starved to death after a couple days. I didn't have anything to do with that one. This one over here, that burnt one, I killed him. It's like very, very casual. Yeah, like there's when they're walking through the area they're in, John's like, well, what's gonna happen to you or whatever? What are you gonna do? And Sweet Tooth is like, oh, it's gonna be fine. I just want to put on a little show, and then you can be on your way or whatever. Normally people don't live till the end, and John's like, oh no, that's bad. And he's like, oh no, you looking at that dead body over there? No, I didn't do that one. That that person I killed is over there in the next room. That one there you're looking at? No, that one was already here. And he's like, hi Bob. He won't hurt you. Don't worry. There is a little bit of like straight joke Sweet Tooth that I didn't like. Again, I'm more of a Hawaiian Punch, blah blah blah. That I didn't like, but
that's just a lame joke.
Well, yeah, I mean it's a lame joke.
Like,
it was a little bit too rapid fire. There were several jokes in sequence that I thought were just like, cool. This is not realistic. Not that I expected to be realistic, but it was a little overdone. But from that point forward, the rest of it was just Sweet Tooth is like. Not necessarily, homicidal, but the gleeful homicidal Sweet Tooth of the earlier games, not the black Sweet Tooth so much.
Yeah, that definitely fits the former Sweet Tooth. Who, well, even then though, there's the split of like, well, there was then Head On, where Sweet Tooth is a lot more like black.
I played through Head On, but you might remember that I think I only played through it the once. I don't remember most of the stories or how the characters were. That's when it has Power Tooth, right?
One of the most fucked up things ever, Soon. What the fuck?
Poor Soon hasn't been able to talk this whole time. I'm sorry.
I
think he just straight up logged out.
Soon's muted right now.
Oh, I know his girlfriend or his fiance rather, was talking to him last I heard, so I think he might have had to go tend to something.
Oh yeah, shit, I forgot that I muted myself.
Oh, that's alright. I guess I don't feel bad for talking over you then.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, well, I need to go see it.
It's coming out of the goddamn fence. What?
Coming out of the fence?
Look, this is where I wanted to build this temple. I have realized that this was a bad idea once I.
I'll hang on. I'll rebuild this shit to match it. Hang on.
Wait.
Okay.
At least let me take a look really quick before you do it.
Okay,
I'm right there.
I'll put the fucked up shit back together. Give me a second.
I'm at the base of the grand staircase, so I'm right there.
Yeah, it's the tower closest to Clail's vacation home. It's at the top of it.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see me up here on my soon-to-be temple.
Let's see. I'm heading in that direction.
Intestinal pain coming on soon.
Oh, maybe that should be your signal not to eat that incredibly spicy death noodle dish.
It will be an internal cleansing.
Oh, jeez.
A great purge.
Good
Oh
Lord.
no.
Oh,
Okay, I'm at the place where the
that
Go ahead,
reaction
Hal.
from both of you was closer to me like something of like I expect the same reaction from I am going to summon the god and destroy this world.
Yeah.
Look
Okay,
at this
what is
shit.
it? What
Look at
what
this
what
staircase.
what's wrong with that? I guess I'm not seeing the problem.
You have to climb over fences to get in there.
Oh, that for sure. Yeah, that I thought was ridiculous. I was looking at the staircase. I'm like, well, that's pretty good actually. It's not
The
any worse than the
stairway,
one
yeah.
that's down there. Yeah, the
This
stairway's
one
good.
right
Yeah,
here.
I do have to agree though that this the point of access is a little bit oh, I don't know, architecturally ridiculous.
There is
I don't
a
think. Go ahead,
there is a
Alex.
there is a now famous forum post from the Something Awful forums of a guy saying, "I don't understand why these motherfuckers hire legit architects to design their houses. I'm going to design my own house," and it's now referred to as the I forget what it's called. It's the name of a Muppet almost. Who's the blue Muppet or the blue Sesame Street creature?
Grover.
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 It's called Grover House, I guess because the username of the guy was Grover. And it's one of the most notorious social media things. Because the guy actually posted pictures of his work in progress house. And it was the most fucked up house. Where, like, I think I've shown it to Mike before. Where, like, he built, like, aluminum siding. No, he built, like, siding in and put, like, a grill right next to it. And the first time he grilled, the heat melted the siding.
Oh, I like seeing that I had to move for you to be able to safely get down. That's good.
It's a sign of a quality built place. Hang on, this
Oh,
is
yeah.
this is kind of a this is a temporary
There you go.
iffy solution, but give me a second.
No, I think that's good. In fact, actually, could you not do one more? Break these ones out?
I could, but I'm trying to avoid making a low hanging ceiling for the staircase
Well,
below.
I definitely agree, but I think well, I will let you decide, but I think that it'll just be enough clearance for us not to be inconvenienced on the way up if you get rid of one more that the angled fence that's sticking out.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm stirring my ramen so that there's kind of a syrupy sauce that went into it, and if I don't stir it with some degree of regularity, it returns to its natural syrupy form.
Oh, I see. Yeah, like if you just get rid of this one here that I'm standing on the other side of, I think that you could do the rest.
That could work.
Yeah, like that.
That
Then
could
that way
work,
we have
but
at least the
the
one.
double staircase is not going to work soon. Don't try. It's not going to work. Do you need this to be fucked? Okay, like if I put in the extra triangular panel there, it'll make it where you can't go up the stairs.
Yeah.
Our foreheads
you're
would
right.
bonk. I fought for you though. I got us this far to where you can at least go up here.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
compromise. What did you guys do on the grand staircase, as I'm calling it, to make it to where you had those weird, like there were side panels or whatever to stop you from falling off? What object was that? Like what building piece was
Follow
that?
me. We'll look at it.
Oh, you just went down? Was that you?
Yeah, I'm going down. I'm going to go to the grand staircase and I'll show you.
All right.
While I continue to hold back a mixture of tears and snot.
This is so worth what you're eating. This is good. Whatever taste that you're getting from this, I'm sure this is worth the abdominal agony and snot that you're suffering.
It does
It's an
taste quite
experience.
good, actually.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I don't know about the fierce defecation you're going to be suffering either, but
So this is a combination of a few parts. The vertical part of it is, oh, I don't have any plant fiber to do this. Let me whack a bush somewhere.
you bushwhacker.
I've been known to. I've also been known to be a bush eater. Ugh.
Oh boy.
Not yet.
Sorry about
someday.
that one, folks.
Okay, there we go. You need plant fiber to make this piece. But, let's see. So the tops of this are made out of ramps.
Oh. Oh,
And-
interesting.
And then
Wait, by the way, what piece did you start with? Did you start with the ramps?
what I started with was I started off with this sort of technique. Let me get rid of this ramp. I wanted to make backing to the ramp so it would make it a lot easier. So I put in a ceiling and then a wall whoops, excuse me. There we go, a wall, and then what I would do is then I would go back afterwards and then take the ramp and do like so.
Oh, wow, okay.
And then I would take the sloping walls and I'd throw one on there.
Oh, so they're hollow. Okay.
And another sloping wall there.
Sure, and then you just keep building up.
And then I would take the inverted sloping wall, like, well, not that one. Like, hang on. It won't look quite the same here. I would take it like so, and it would match the staircase going up.
Yeah.
If I then take a staircase, hang on, a staircase and put it like so, wait. Give me just a second. I'm gonna have to tear
That's
up
fine.
this whole. I'm gonna have to tear up this whole solution when I'm done with
Every
it.
time my character turns around to look at you from a different angle, look at what you're doing, she jiggles, so it's fine.
Okay, and then
I'm perfectly
when
entertained.
when I put the stairs in, it lines up with the stairs very nicely.
Yeah, it really does. Did
Yeah,
you
no.
know it was going to do that, or did you learn about that outside of the game, or did you just come up with that? Because that's really, really elegant.
Parts of it I came up with. These inverted ones matching the stairs was definitely a new innovation on the spot, but the ramp I had messed with before in single player, if not in my direct single player, then in creative mode in single player.
Oh, okay. Did you
Yeah.
want to know what I did to add to this giant, beautiful structure?
You added a torch on a stick?
Well, yeah, and I put this rug here.
Oh,
Which I
god
took
damn!
Oh,
Holy shit!
That's right.
Brings the whole palace together.
I guess it does, doesn't it? I should have went with that.
Make
Really
sure to
brings
wipe
the
off
whole
your feet
palace
before you go into the
together.
castle.
That's what I put it there
Absolutely.
for. Yeah, I thought, wouldn't it be funny if we just watched or rather, wiped our feet before walking up those 1,000 stairs?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Amazing!
That was great.
I love it.
Whatever enjoyment you got soon, we got more. Trust me. Just seeing a headless corpse just fly down 50 fucking stairs.
Oh, on my screen, he hasn't lost any limbs. I pretty well just saw a drunk soon fall down the stairs.
Oh, he's headless on mine, or his head is clipping into the steps. I'm not sure. Wait, what's that up there?
I ran down the stairs too
that's-
fast.
I didn't know you could do that. Oh, shit, yeah, you can. Yep. You suddenly go flying out, yeah.
Yeah, like this. And then I died because my health was too low.
Oh, hell, well, now I need to try it. That looks fun. And plus, you guys will get to enjoy the animation again. Now that you're prepared for it, go ahead and watch. And all right. Oh, don't kick. Run. Run.
Holy shit, soon.
Mine's not doing it.
Oh my!
That'll do it. Oh, no, it
Almost.
still didn't.
I keep getting my glutton for punishment healing me a ton.
Yeah,
There we
same
go.
with me.
Damn it! Not close. That close.
Yep, glutton's too fast.
There we go.
Oh, I missed it.
Yep,
there you
he
go,
lost
though.
his legs. His legs have went, but he's coming down the stairs anyways.
At least his legs make sense. Okay,
I
I
need
should.
some spicy food. I need to get more black ice.
Here we go, Alex. If you're watching, you get to watch one more.
Nope.
Oh, nope.
close. That was close.
I'm a second away from death. Yeah, let me do this one more
Well,
time.
with that second jump, you're able to prevent glutton for punishment from procking. Oh yeah, there we go.
There we
Oh,
go.
just
Oh, I'm in 2 pieces on mine.
yeah, you're on 2 pieces on mine too. The the upper half's coming down way faster.
There's just an escalator of body parts coming down now. Assembly line.
It's
Oh, that
awesome.
reminds me. Let me get in here. Kalima!
Oh yeah. Why not? Here, I'll give you another one. Oh, there go my legs. Oh shit. Wow.
I'm taking hearts and I'm eating spicy food. Now I really do feel like a thuggy.
I always liked that they were called thuggies with 2 E's.
Oh yeah, spicy food.
All right, gentlemen, I'm gonna have to log off for the night.
All right, have a
All
good
right,
one,
Pinker.
Pink.
Yeah, enjoy yourself, Pink.
Yay!
I don't even know what
See
the
you
fuck
later,
Pink was doing this
Pinkerton.
whole game, honestly.
What?
I have not seen Pink once since he logged in. I have no idea what he's been
He
doing
didn't
this whole
join the
time.
game. He
Yeah.
never joined the game.
We learned that when you were taking your pee break, I think, that he was never
Yeah.
actually even in.
Oh,
Yeah, so it was the same with me. I was like, Pink, where have you been this whole time?
Huh? Wait, why don't we have the recipe for spicy food?
some basic ass cooking paper that you never picked up.
Probably.
Oh yeah, I didn't learn the knowledge for spicy food in
Spicy
this
food
game.
is at the bottom of the cooking recipe list, by the way.
Oh. Yeah, no, it's not there. I know where it is.
Oh!
I think I have to unlock the stove in order to make it, maybe? Yeah, you have to unlock the stove to make it.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Right now, your
You
character
else
kind of weird.
specifically?
Your
'Cause you can
character is
use
looking
the
at the stove
stove.
right now, like me don't know how it work.
By the way, what do I do with the heart of a Nordheimer?
You trade it to Hanuman.
Over in the grotto towards the southeast.
I see.
Far to the southeast.
Yeah, way back where we first started the game.
All right.
You get one of multiple randomized, timed buffs.
Well, no, any heart will get you
No?
that, but the heart of a Nordheimer has a chance to give you any one of other special rewards from Hanuman.
Oh, really? Nordheimer specific?
Yes.
That's the determining factor is that it's a Nordheimer?
Yeah, there are a few other heart types you can collect throughout the game, each of which Hanuman will give special rewards for.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Soon, are you anywhere near me? I have 7 spice on me.
No, I have the spice. I need the meat.
Oh, okay. Do you not want more spice? I can give it to you. I'm not going to use it.
Yeah, you can toss some spice on the stove upstairs.
Okay. All these monuments to our dead selves on the stairs
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I will definitely require ice cream.
And I am putting the spice, it's 7 spice. I'm putting them on the stove now. Alex, when you have time, it definitely doesn't have to be anytime soon. Could you by any chance craft me some heavy armor?
Yeah.
And now that I'm one of my thralls is dead, it really doesn't have to be anytime soon. It was just going to be to replace the one that she died with.
I'll get on it, but I'm gonna go ahead and stop this recording now while I go eat ice cream.
Okay. Good lord.
Folks, I'll see you later.